here. It worked. It worked. So, welcome to Poetic People Fighting Racism. And I'm your host, Anthony Cordova, Tony C., the man about love. And I'm coming to you right here on Fireside. Now, here at Double PFR, we discuss racism and the caste system in the United States of America through poetry, through art, through music, of our souls, using the strength of our ancestors to try to heal the fractured country we live in and die in. Now, here at Double PFR, all souls are welcome. All people are welcome. Welcome to discuss the racism we live in, so come on in. We'll put our arms around you, providing a safe place for you, a home to protect you, a place where you're surrounded by hope, where you're surrounded by compassion, where you're surrounded by empathy, forgiveness, and love. Surrounded by a lot of loves because everybody's welcome here. So I'd love for you to come in with me, to stand by me, to see what we can do to change this country, to change some of the people that live in this country. So I welcome you to Double PFR with love, with so much love. So let's get the show started. All right, let's get to it. Welcome. Jill, and correct me if I'm wrong, do we have a Anita in the audience? I think.
Annette
Oh, Annette. Yeah, I can't see this
and Free.
stuff. And Free. Oh, hello. So, hello, both of you. I'm so happy you're here because you don't have to be here. Who really wants to talk about racism and the caste system in the United States? It's a rough topic. It's a real rough topic, and I consider anyone that comes to this show to be an everyday activist. Because, like I said, you don't have to be here because these are difficult topics. But the show tonight is Let's Be More. That is the title of the show and kind of the topic. Let's do more. So, what else can we do to try to help make this country a better place? And that's what the poem I'm going to do tonight, which is called We the People, will be the first poem I do. And then I'm going to do another poem that is not related to racism in the United States. So stick around for that. Before I get started into the first poem, I'd like to say a few things. I want to thank Fireside again for allowing me to have this platform and the other shows that Jill and I have on Fireside here because they really do support us in a mission to put out a positive image. And we are positive people and kind and loving. And, even though I'm doing a show about racism in this country, I still love this country. There is room for improvement. There is definitely room for improvement. I wouldn't want to live any other place in the world. So I do love this country. Um, it's a wonderful place. There's so many things that I have done in my life that I wouldn't have been able to do unless I lived here. So never get it wrong that I do not like America. I love America. I love that I live here. And also, if you ever want to check out more stuff about me and learn more about who I am and what I do, one way to do it is just to click on that fortune cookie where you see the scroll going across, and you can kind of get to all the information you want on me. And also, while you're there, check out my there's a Blink business card, and that card will also give you links and this and that, so you can uh, contact me on your own if you want. Also, I have a website which is knowtobestill.com. Knowtobestill.com, which is WNO number two, letter B. Well, what did I say?
You said WNO.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. It's WNO.
It's K.
Hey, I'm all backwards today. It's KNOW number two, letter B, still.com. So that's KNOW number two, letter B, still.com. And I'm so happy that I can laugh at myself when I make mistakes, because some things we don't need to get too serious about. You know, we need to take some pressure off of ourselves and what we do, and when we do something that may be incorrect, and smile about it and just move on. Okay. Now, I'm going to start the poem in just a moment, and but I want to tell you, in case you don't know, the poem, the first poem, "We the People," come from a manuscript I wrote called "Living and Dying," and it talks about racism and the caste system in the United States. I've got many, many, many poems throughout that manuscript. So I tend to read those in this show. But one of the references I have that's all through the book is the blue and white eyes, and referring to people, the blue and white eyes. Now, it doesn't refer to people that have blue eyes, not necessarily. What it refers to is people of European descent uh, that believe their blood is pure, better than anyone else's. They consider themselves to have blue blood running through their veins. Okay, so that's where I refer to the blue portion. The white portion is seeing through the mind and the perspective of a white person in this country. Because of systemic racism, we all, and it doesn't matter what color you are in this country, we all are victims of systemic racism in this country. So it's seeing from the viewpoint of a white person in this country. And that's the short definition. So, with that, I will get right into the poem, which is called "We the People." That is the wrong button. Okay, here we go. This is the right button. We have been led to this place in time by a power much greater than us, much greater than us. It's time to love. We must love. We must love each other and live for each other. Embrace each other, our people, your people, our people of all colors, our people of all races and languages, our people that have come from all parts of the world, our people, our beautiful people of all religions, from all economic situations. We have all come from the one of love, then one, then two. We are all one not better than the other. We are strong people, being able to live in this country of lies. We must stand side by side and love each other, because we are oppressed people, oppressed by the blue and white eyes and systemic racism and America's caste system and a whole bunch of white lies. This is why we must embrace each other and love each other. Stand side by side, hold and hug each other. We are the others. They see as the others. We are brothers and sisters and fathers and mothers. We are homeless and wealthy, middle class and working class. We are our people. We are your people. Guilty before we're born, convicted before we stand. We are the people the blue and white eyes call minorities, refugees and illegals. We are the people they see as ex-slaves, the people they call the blacks, the browns, and the yellows. We are the people they call cheap Jews, ragheads, and camel jockeys. It is imperative that we stand together, locked arm in arm as one power. We must open ourselves and open our souls and love each other, embrace each other, and have empathy and compassion for each other. So, what's next? What's next? What's next? So, what's next? What's next? What's next? All right, that is We the People. And thank you, audience members, for allowing me to read that poem for you. Me saying I like that poem, it's like thanking myself, but I do like that poem. Now I'm going to circle back around and I'm going to discuss that poem. And remember, I am open to comments and questions at any time you wish. Just hit that comment button, or if it's an ask button, and you can say any comment you wish, because all are welcome here. All comments are welcome here. And especially if you don't agree with what the poem says, it's okay. This is a safe place. This is where we can talk. And I love people. I truly do. So remember, this is a safe place, and you will never be attacked here for your viewpoint. It just will not happen. It will not happen. Now I'm going to do this other poem, and this poem has nothing to do with the manuscript I have. This is actually a poem I've written years ago, but I just revised it, and it's a short one. So, and I'm not going to do it with music. I'm just going to do it cold with no music, and it only lasts for about a minute. It'll be pretty quick, and also. If you want to make a comment about this poem, which is Don't Want Me to Be Me, is what the poem is called, feel free. I would love to hear a comment or a question or your interpretation of this poem that I'm going to read. And again, it's called Don't Want Me to Be Me. Don't want me to be me. They just want me to be what they think I should be. Don't want me to do what I think I should do. And who's right? Who's wrong? Same old dive bar song. Where do I belong? With you? Or without you? Or as they do? Living as everyone else, the same way, every day, don't want you to see or be what I see. Don't want me to say what is true, what I see. finding it hard to live with kindness and compassion, finding it hard to feel love within us that's for us. Can this be wrong? Can this be right? Living in peace and love? But we keep ourselves living like birds in a zoo. Can you feel free? Can you free your mind from time? Life is long, 100 yards away, but the end is near. The end is near. Day by day, day after day, living in a zone of your making, your vision, seeking life, creating life filled with things and stuff, never enough. But we're living in a zoo. But we can't see the bars or cages. We just age and age, day after day, and pay, believing in what we see, thinking it's real. Can't believe what we can't see. They don't want me to be me. Who's right? Who's wrong? Same old dive bar song. Don't want me to be me. Don't want me to be me. And that is the end of the second poem, which is Don't Want Me to Be Me. Any questions or comments would be great. And I see that Billy Dees is in the audience. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is really good to see you. And you have joined the rest of the audience that's already here. And I'm just happy that you all are here. Again, if you have any comments or questions on that poem, this would be the time. If not, I'm going to go back to the other poem and go through some of the lines of it and explain what my meaning was. And this one should be pretty quick. I should be able to go through this pretty quickly because this is mostly about love and us standing together. And I mean all people, people that have love in their hearts for other people, just for being people, because that's what we all are here. We're just people. Um, one should not be better than the other because of the color of our skin, or because of where we come from, or because of what neighborhood we live in. So, and that's kind of what most of this poem is. So I'll go through, let me see, let's start actually with the first line. We've been led to this place in time by a power much greater than us. Now, what is this place in time? Well, this place in time in this country is a time when there is so much hatred. There's hatred in politics. There's hatred in radio shows. There's hatred in so many, many, many different things nowadays. And people keep finding more reasons to hate everyone. They hate anyone that's LGBTQ. They hate anyone that's a different color. They hate everyone that is a different nationality or has come from another country. Just a lot of hate. So this place and time is bigger than us. Just us. It's not a time we should think just about my stuff or what I have or what I can do. It's really time for us to band together. It really is that time, because if we don't start banding together, if we don't start loving each other and showing compassion for each other, things will only get worse. So it's really a dire time that we're in. And we really need to try to change the way we behave and change what we think is important. Because the things that we think are important probably aren't that important. But family is important. Love is important. Empathy for your fellow human being is important. Grace is important. The type of car you drive is not important. Not at all. Even though it may make you feel better, but it's fake joy. It's fake joy. It's using things to make you feel that your life is better than what it is. But most of us are just walking around lost and bumping into stuff because we don't know what else to do. We haven't been taught a different way to live. And again, it's more important now than ever, because all of us are going down the wrong road. Not all of us, but most of us are going down the wrong road. And we don't realize it. We don't. We truly don't realize it. These are desperate times. So let me jump down. I talk about, I just talked about that, about we must love each other. We have to learn how to love each other and embrace each other, because we are people of all colors, of all races and languages. And we are our people. We're all part of this world. And we're all beautiful people. One set of people are not more beautiful than another set of people. One set of people aren't better than another set of people because they have a better education or they have more money in their pocket. And people will put themselves on a pedestal just to be above someone else. But that is not the way we're supposed to live. That is not who we should be. So really think about the things in your life and think about how you feel about a person when you see them. And you may be repulsed by them. And try to figure out why. Why is it that you feel repulsed by this other person? Where did you learn that? Who taught you that? It didn't come from a place of goodness. It didn't come from a place of love. It is not a positive thing to look at another human being and think that way about them. It's not. We have to change our minds. We have to change the way we look at things in this world. People get angry about politics. And I can see why. But politics, and I don't care what your affiliation is. Does not matter to me. But if you let politics guide how you will treat someone else, how you will look at another person, how you will perceive that person, that's not it's not the way it's supposed to be. It just isn't. It's a negative thing. And in this country, it happens on both sides. It doesn't matter what your affiliation is, it breeds hatred. Not good. Really not good. I go down here, our people, our beautiful people of all religions, of all economic situations, we have to learn to love one another in order to save one another. I go down here, we must stand side by side and love each other. Now tell me, what can be wrong with loving your neighbor? Tell me what to have love for your neighbor. What could possibly be wrong with that? And your neighbor isn't just the person that lives next door to you or down the street from you. Your neighbor is anyone that lives on this planet. It is not that. Yes, Jill's giving me signs. Thank you, Jill. It is not just your next door neighbor. It is not. Further down, I go, we must stand side by side and love each other because we are oppressed people. Oppressed by the blue and white eye, systemic racism, and the American caste system, and a whole bunch of white lies. So, now, this might make some of you mad that I'm going to say this, but in this country, African Americans have been oppressed. We were enslaved. Our ancestors were forcibly taken from another country. And I'm not even going to get into the details of what happened in Africa to get us to the point where we were brought here. But really, it's the same thing. It's greed and it's hatred. In that case, maybe another tribe. Either way, it's not a good thing. It just isn't. So, being brought here, there is no other group of people that were enslaved for over 400 years. Well, not enslaved for 400 years, but have been oppressed for over 400 years. To this day, African Americans in this country are still being oppressed. And today in this country, the gains that were made during the civil rights movement are being taken away on the regular. taken away. Now, people may say, oh, well, it doesn't matter anymore. Doesn't matter anymore. Black people have houses and cars. Doesn't matter. Well, it does matter. Because there's certain neighborhoods they still don't want us to move. There's certain job positions that they still don't want African Americans to have. And sometimes people try to keep African Americans down for no other reason than they are African American. No other reason. No logical reason to not give the best candidate the promotion other than that candidate is African American, or that candidate might be Asian, or that candidate might be Mexican. No other reason than the color of their skin. So, again, I go back to this is why we must embrace each other and love each other. See, because the problem, some of the problems is that it's a divide and conquer thing. So the people I call the blue and white eyes don't want us to be together. They would prefer that we fight each other. And that keeps us all off balance. And then we can't make any gains because we're so busy fighting each other. And we don't learn how to embrace each other. It's more power together than standing alone. We have to love each other. We have to love each other. I say here that we are brothers and sisters and mothers and fathers. We are homeless and wealthy, middle class and working class. And we are. So we're all together. We're all in the same boat. Doesn't matter whether you're rich or poor. In this country, if you are other, what they consider to be other, you are also considered to be less than them. Okay? Less than the blue and white eyes. And down further, I say the blue and white eyes consider us to be minorities. Yeah. And refugees. Well, maybe not. Illegals. Maybe not. But here's where it gets deeper. We are the people they see as ex-slaves. So whenever the blue and the white eyes look at us, it doesn't matter what position we are in, how many gains we've made in our life, or how intelligent we are. If the blue and white eye sees a black person, they see an ex-slave. And I'm not talking in absolutes, just so everyone knows. I'm not saying every person that is white sees a black person as an ex-slave. But it's kind of how the country sees us. People come from other countries and don't want to associate with African Americans because they automatically see us as lower than them because we used to be enslaved. And we used to be slaves, and we were enslaved for 246 years. Okay, and they were right. We were enslaved by another group of people. We didn't knock on America's door and say, "Hey, make us slaves. We will love it." But yet, to this day, in present day, there are people trying to tell us being slaves benefited us because we learned skills. We learned valuable skills while we were slaves. So we should be thankful that we were made in slaves, that we were enslaved. We should be thankful for that. That's ludicrous. But yet, this is what's being said in this country today. Today, 2023. We have to do better. We have to learn to love each other. We have to learn to embrace each other. And it doesn't matter who you are. You know, they call us ex-slaves. They see us as ex-slaves. They call us the blacks, the browns, and the yellows. They call us cheap Jews and ragheads and camel jockeys. Today, this is how they classify people of this country that don't look like them, that don't practice the same religion as them. It's a bad thing. It hurts me to the core because I have so much love for people, and I have hope that people will change and people can change, and some people can. But no, this is not something I think will happen overnight. This is a thing that may never happen. But it doesn't mean we shouldn't strive for it. We shouldn't just give up. We really do need to learn how to love one another. These are truly desperate times. Truly desperate. We need to learn to stand arm in arm and locking arms together. But that's kind of difficult too. Because some people still don't want to touch us. They surely don't want to lock arm in arm. To this day, a black person can go to a white church and nobody will want to sit next to them like they have the cooties in church. In church. One time, my wife and my mother-in-law, we decided we would try to visit one of the churches close to our home. And we pulled into the parking lot. We was there early. And this is what we got. Look, look, look. What are they doing here? Look, look. Oh, go tell mom. Go tell dad. Look, look. This day and age. The children were doing that, and they went and got their parents, and their parents did that at a church. At a church. So I'm almost through this poem, and you know, the last lines here is we need to love each other, embrace each other, and have empathy and compassion for each other. But I ended with, so what's next? What's next? What are we going to do? What are you going to do to make a difference here? And like I said, everyone that ever comes to this show, I consider you to be an activist, an everyday activist. And if you do something small, if you learned anything from this show, from this episode, if you don't believe anything I say, that's okay. But you might Google some of the things I said and say, oh, that can't be true. There's no way in the world that can be true. And you Google it and you're like, oh, shoot, that is true. I didn't know. Because you don't have to believe me. I'm just a guy talking. I'm a guy reading poetry. You don't have to believe me. But you might research it and find that it is true. And maybe you didn't know. That's okay. That's your part of activism. That's your taking action to learn something new, to learn about another group of people, to learn about this country and how this country is and how this country treats certain people. We can learn something. One little thing. You know, you might learn that, hey, come to this show. Ask me any question you want on this topic. I will do the best I can to answer that question. Anything you want to know, but I am not going to get angry. This is why I'm here. This is why I do this. Because if we don't talk to each other and ask each other questions without getting angry, how are we going to learn? How are we going to learn about each other? How are we going to learn to love each other? We're all different people, but we're people. We're all people. So just remember that. What's next? What's next? Are good things going to come next? Are bad things going to come next? Are you going to do anything that maybe things can get a little better? It doesn't matter if you're just one person. I'm just one person. But this is what I'm doing. People may hate me. People may not come to the show. That's okay. I'm doing my part to do something, to help create some change. So, Jill, do we have anything, any comments, questions?
Well, you know, I always have questions.
No, I don't know that you
Yes,
always
you
have
do.
questions. I don't know
That's a
that.
given about me.
No, that is not a given. I do not know that. So fire away if you have a
Well,
question.
my question is, how do you answer your own question of what's next?
Well, I kind of think I voiced that. Part of what's next is for me to keep doing this show. That's one thing that it's next. Another thing that's next is I continue to educate myself on, excuse me, different situations. Another thing I do is I spread love, okay? And it might make a lot of people very uncomfortable, okay? If I meet you and I like you, most likely I'm going to hug you and say, "Oh, I love you." And people get taken aback. "Oh, wait a minute, you didn't cross the boundary." Yeah, maybe. Maybe I did. But how many times does a person you have just met and you've only spent half an hour with them puts their arms around you and say, "I love you"? It doesn't happen. For the most part, it just does not happen.
What does love mean to you?
You're asking a lot of questions.
That's what I do.
Well, that's a loaded question, Jill. Yes, that is what you do. But there's many different types of love. And I don't think I have to go into all the different types of love. Love for your family, love for your child, love of something you do. There's many different types of love. But what love means to me is to have love for a human being, period. Because they're a human being. Have some love, have some compassion, have some empathy, have some grace for a human being. And I know a person will say, "Well, some people you can't love. Some people are horrible. Some people are murderers and rapists and serial killers and wife beaters and drug addicts and all types of horrible things." So I'm not saying when I love them, I'm just going to put my arms around them and say, "I love you," while they stab me in the back, literally, or literally cut my throat. But I still do have some level of love for them. I don't think a serial killer should run free. But the way I'm able to have some love, at least some inkling of love for someone like that, is that one, they're a human being. Two, we need to think about how did they end up like this? And there's all different kind of conditions, mental conditions, why they may have ended up that way. But hatred is what gives us a slow death more than anything else. We got to get rid of the hatred. We have to. We have to. So please, please, please try to make a difference. Try to do something. And I'm going to wrap this show up, but I want you all to remember to be an everyday activist. An everyday activist can be just having a conversation with someone. An everyday activist can be, "Hey, I listened to this really crazy show, Poetic People Fighting Racism. and this guy says some really crazy things. I don't believe it. Fine. There's a conversation. I don't care who you have the conversation with, there's a conversation. I also want you to try to be love and show love. Even within your own family. How many times do you tell your family member that you love them? How many times do you tell your sibling, I love you? Think about it and mean it. If you're a family, if you grew up in a family that didn't say that, okay, start saying it now. You start with your family. And after you get comfortable with telling your family just out of the blue, I love you, then you might start moving on to your friends and telling your close friends that you love them. It's uncomfortable at first, but eventually it'll start to become comfortable. And I'm not saying a meaningless love you. I mean to feel it from your heart, from your soul. Be sincere. Be sincere. Learn how to put out this love that we all have within inside us. We have more love inside us than we know. And we're not using it at all. And the other thing I want you to do is just do something different. Do something different. Go to work a different way. Do something different. Go to some event that you have never been to before. Something different. Maybe you've never drawn a picture. Draw something. Just something different. Because when you start changing little things in your habits, in your daily habits, in what you do, maybe you watch a certain show every week at 5 o'clock on Monday. Maybe the next time, 5 o'clock on Monday, read a book. Just do something different. Because when you start doing little things different in your life will begin to change. And you will begin to see that you do have power. You're not just one person. You're way stronger than just one person. You are an amazing being on this planet. You can do great things. So try some. Baby steps at first, but try some. Do something different. Do something different. Wow. I had planned for this show to last 30 minutes tonight. My producer is shaking my head. No, you never do. But it's okay. I thank all the audience members that came and stayed. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me, and I do feel like you all are everyday activists because you don't have to be here. I know this. You have taken your time out of your Saturday night to be here live in the audience, and I appreciate that. I really, really do, and I love you all for it. And I'm not just saying that. I have love for everyone that's here in the audience. I have love for everyone that listens to the replay. I have love for everyone that shares this show. And I'm not going away. I'm gonna keep on doing what I'm doing because this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay? It's bigger than me. So here I am. All right. The music you're listening to now is called Choral by 29 Beats. And the music I played during my poem, and I done lost the list on that, but I'm finding it, was, this is interesting, Rise of a Hero by Audiocom. If you're interested in them, you can check them out on Melody Loops. Melody Loops. You can find that stuff, and you can buy the rights, so you can play it royalty free. So check that out, especially if you're a creator. It's a good place to get music for your project or your show. So again, I love you all. I'm going to try to get out of the show by turning off the video first. Then I'm going to try to end the show, and it doesn't always end like it's supposed to, but keep